Hello, I'm Patty Summers, and I'm an animal communicator. You may be wondering what that is. Well, in the beginning, there was a huge banquet table where all of Mother Earth's children sat. The two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the many-leggeds, those that burrow, those that swim, those that crawl, the stone people and the plant people. While sitting at that table, all of Mother Earth's children could understand and communicate with each other. At some point, the two-legged human animal left the table. But our Mother Earth continues to invite us back so that we might reconnect with our family and remember our ability to communicate with all of our family members. Consider this recording to be your invitation back to our family table. What is animal communication? In short, it is telepathic communication between species. I am often told that I have a gift. I will accept that I am gifted at what I do, but to say only gifted people can communicate with animals is simply a reflection of a person's belief system. If the desire is there, then so is the ability. Many are communicating with animals and don't even realize it. When you hear the term telepathic, it usually brings forth feelings of mystery or paranormal. Because in most cultures today, telepathy is rarely reinforced or respected. Although I will admit that I am often amazed and my belief system is frequently stretched in my communication with the animals, the actual process in communicating is really quite simple and natural. Telepathic communication is the foundation for all of language. It is the thought before the spoken word or action. Let's say you're riding in a car with a friend, and your friend suggests that you stop at a particular restaurant. You're surprised, as you were just going to suggest going to that particular restaurant yourself. Before anything is said or done, a thought formulates. In this case, you or your friend picked up the other's thoughts. You are telepathically communicating with each other. Picking up on these thoughts comes in several different forms. One of the most frequent ways that most people identify with is an inner knowing or feeling about something. While at a bookstore doing private consultations, I had just finished a session and was walking out with the client when the owner of the store and a customer approached me. "Patty, this is Megan," the store owner said. "Megan, you have got to tell her what you just told me." "Well," Megan began, "I was driving down the road when I got this very strong feeling that I needed to go home and pick up William and bring him to the store. William's my dog. At first I thought, what a crazy idea. Why would I bring him to the store? However, the feeling was so strong that I went home and picked him up. Of course, when I came in and told Jane all of this, she told me that you were here doing private consultations with the animals. Megan and William did not have an appointment with me, but after hearing the story, I felt that I had to at least go out to the car and meet this dog. As I approached the car, I could see the small white terrier sitting in the passenger seat. His brown eyes reflected a deep wisdom as they peered out from behind his white bangs. Megan opened the car door for me, and I knelt down beside him. "So you have something you need to say?" He looked up into my face for a moment, then looked over into the distance. "Yes, she has had a difficult time of it," communicated the white dog. I saw an image of Megan with a pained look on her face, and I was overcome with a feeling of great despair. I came so that she might have a physical expression of how much she is loved. All will be okay. Tears streamed down Megan's face as I shared this. He's right. I have just been through a very difficult divorce, and things got pretty bad for me. I had actually considered suicide. William has always been by my side. He has brought me great comfort, and it has been his love that has kept me here. I still smile when I think about William communicating with Megan to bring him to the store. It was a simple feeling Megan got, but she trusted it. My friend Joanne, an engineer, says she can't communicate with her animals. "I'm too left-brained," she tells me. One day, however, Joanne was sitting in her home when one of her dogs, Jazzy, a black and tan All-American, came walking up to her, acting very upset about something. "What's wrong, honey?" Joanne asked her. All of a sudden, I got this feeling that she was telling me that Tasha, Jazzy's dog sister, was in the other room, getting ready to tear up Jazzy's favorite stuffed animal. I didn't even stop to analyze it. I just got up to check on Tasha's whereabouts. Sure enough, I rounded the corner to find Tasha lording over Jazzy's toy and getting ready to tear into it. Another form of receiving telepathic communication is in the form of hearing thoughts in the form of words. While it is not often that people hear thoughts in the form of words when they are first reawakening their communication skills, some do. My office manager, Lorelei, does a terrific job at telepathic communication. At a workshop held in Maryland, she was communicating with a small gray poodle. She turned to me and quietly said, "This dog keeps saying meatballs. I feel ridiculous telling this lady the dog is saying meatballs." "Well, what do you get around the word meatballs?" I asked. "Well, that he wants some." "Then you need to tell her what you got." When Lorelei's turn came to tell the animal's person what she received telepathically from this woman's dog, the woman's jaw dropped open. "I just made meatballs the other night for the first time, and I gave him one." Lastly, some will receive an image or a picture in their mind's eye when communicating with animals. I once had a man ask me what his dog's favorite thing to do was. The response I got was an image of water spraying all over the front of his body and a pure, utter feeling of exuberance. I could tell the dog was not swimming since his underside felt like it was sitting on something solid, and he was not getting wet there. Finally, I gave up and simply told the man what I saw and felt. Dennis, the dog's person, laughed. He loves riding in the front of my jet ski when we go to the lake. I could not imagine such a thing since this was a huge German Shepherd, but Dennis later sent me a picture of he and his beloved friend jet skiing around the lake. Communicating with your animals can be most beneficial in that it gives you insight and direction in helping to resolve emotional or behavioral issues. And while communicating with animals is not a substitution for veterinary care, it can give insight to where your animal hurts. A long time ago, I was contacted by a lady concerning her chestnut gelding, who was used often as a schooling horse. This normally steady, patient animal had begun to nip at the children when they went to mount him, and would sometimes buck during the rides. When I communicated with him, I felt soreness in his back. His person had the veterinarian come out to check him, and sure enough, his back was out of alignment. Once he was treated, he was back to his friendly self. Practicing communication with your animal also gives your animal an opportunity to understand your needs and perspectives. A good friend of mine is a wildlife rehabilitator. One day, my friend Lynn and two fellow rehabbers were trying to release some baby squirrels that Lynn had raised. The plan was to catch the squirrels when they were in their nest box so that they could cover the box opening, then take the box with the squirrels inside and place the box in a nearby tree. When they went out to collect the squirrels where they were staying in their outside pen, the squirrels were busy having a party and would not have any part of being confined to their box. Lynn quieted her mind and said to the squirrels, "Look, I need you to go into the box so that we can put you in your new home." To my shock and the other two people, she told me, they went into the box. I can sum up how to communicate with the animals into 2 sentences. The first sentence is, from a respectful, quiet, and focused intent, speak from your heart in a positive manner. The second sentence is listen with a relaxed, quiet, and open mind. Let's break these steps down. We'll start with respect towards all of life. Years ago, our black and tan marbled tabby began marking our home instead of using his litter box. When I asked him why he felt the need to do this, he told me that he felt we did not acknowledge him for his place in the family. I had to stop and think about that for a minute. Sadly, I realized he had a point. Freeman had often been in the shadows of the other felines in the family. When he moved in with us, we had another male who was an obvious leader cat, not to mention Freeman's twin sister, whose gregarious nature and demanding presence made her stand out in any crowd. I apologized to Freeman, and we shared with him all that he meant to us. We also began calling him King Freeman, since the former male cat had recently died. It wasn't that Freeman understood the meaning of the word king, but when we think of king, it brings up feelings within us of royalty, dignity, and the need for respect. He picked up our newfound realization of who he was in the family, and the peeing in the house stopped. The next step is quiet yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Clear your mind of negative emotions. Emotions are sometimes confusing to your animal. Anger, fear, or extreme excitement will cloud your communication, for the animal will be overwhelmed by the emotion and only pick up on the emotion being expressed. Quiet your thoughts. To a still mind, the universe surrenders. The next step: be with your animal, giving them your full attention and intention to communicate with them. No TV, no distractions. All that's important at this time is for you and your friend to be together. Give your animal your complete focus. You are about to have an important talk. Experiment with ways that you focus better. Try communicating with your eyes open or your eyes closed. Next step: speak from your heart and/or use a mental picture. You can talk out loud or mentally say what you need to. However, treat this as a soul-to-soul talk with meaning. Your intention will carry through clearer because you mean what you say. If you use a picture, make it as clear as possible. Next step: when expressing something to your animal, be positive. Tell them what you want. If you are having a problem with a particular behavior or exercise in training, do not talk about what they did wrong. Tell them what you want done. Telling them what you don't want confuses the issue. I once spoke with a woman about her gray gelding who ran from her every time she went to get him from the pasture. When I communicated directly with the horse, he asked me what was the problem, since this was the game that she wanted to play with him. As it turned out, the horse's person was indeed going outside, resigned that once again Pharaoh would run off, and it would take her a while to finally convince him to come to her. In her mind's eye, before she went out to retrieve him, she saw him taking off. He picked up on this and thought that was what she wanted, because it was the dominant picture and thought in her mind. When I told her to start picturing him coming to her rather than running off, and for her to make that her dominant thought, she was happy to report that Pharaoh no longer ran off when she went to get him out of his field. Next step: relax, quiet your mind again, and accept whatever communication you receive. The animal may send you a picture, a feeling, a thought, or you may hear words. Do not judge your answer. Bear in mind the animal's perspective may be different. I remind you of the story of the German Shepherd, whose favorite thing to do was to ride on the jet ski. I chose not to judge the reply. I simply reported it. Lastly, acknowledge to your friend that you have received the communication. Thank them. Communicating with the animals can also show you animal perspectives, which in themselves can be quite breathtaking. For me, my greatest teachers on this planet have been the animals. I have learned so much about love, honesty, loyalty, respect, mindfulness, and death, not to mention much, much more. The purpose of this exercise is to give you an opportunity to experience an animal's perspective. I call it seeing through my brother's or sister's eyes. Make yourself comfortable. Your spine should be straight, either while sitting or lying down. Close your eyes, taking several deep breaths. As you exhale, release any tension you feel. When you inhale, imagine coming from Mother Earth, a silver light, traveling up through the soles of your feet. The silver travels up through your body and exits the top of your head. The light continues to travel up until she touches the golden light from Father Sky. Now as you exhale, imagine that golden light traveling down into the top of your head, down through your body, out the soles of your feet and toes, and back into Mother Earth. With each inhalation, you bring in the silver and exhale the gold. Feel the gentleness of the silver light and warmth of the golden light. Now, as the silver travels up your body and out the top of your head, it merges with the gold. The spiraled lights travel together down into the top of your head. Relaxing your scalp. Your facial muscles. The silver and gold continues down through your neck and shoulders. It travels down your arms, past your elbows, wrists, and flowing out your fingertips. Your body relaxes further as the light travels down the chest into the stomach. As the light reaches the hips and legs, any remaining tension drains out your feet and toes into Mother Earth, where she takes all energy and transforms it into positive. Your mind, body, and spirit now radiates with and in this balanced energy. From this quiet, centered place, put out an invitation for an animal friend to join you. This animal may be a friend who currently lives with you, someone who has lived with you in the past, or a wild animal. This animal is approaching you now. In this balanced state of mind, body, and spirit as one, move your awareness to your heart. Focus your attention to the energy of your heart. Feel the love and compassion that resides within this space. As you feel this loving energy, open your heart to perceive. Open the doors of your heart to connect with your animal friend. Ask this animal for permission to connect with you. Quietly observe your friend, giving that animal your full attention. At this time and place, all that is important is focusing on this animal. If you find yourself distracted, simply take in another deep breath and refocus on the animal's body. Look closely at the animal's fur, feathers, or skin. Feel their essence or spirit as you become completely focused and connected to this animal. Feel the energy of this animal expanding outward toward you. Feel your energy expanding outward to the animal. Sense this animal's energy field. From this shared field of energy, invite this animal to show you what it is like to be in their body. Have them share with you what it is like to have 4 legs, wings, a tail, or fins. How do they move about on planet Earth? How does that feel to them? From their place of vision, do things look differently to them? Now, invite into this shared field of energy something that brings pleasure, such as food, play, or companionship. Notice how the animal expresses pleasure. Feel it. Now, ask your animal friend to show you how they perceive you. This may come as a picture or simply a feeling. Be open to receive this communication in any form, in any way. Ask and receive. Now, ask your animal friend to show you how they communicate with you. How do they express their wants and needs? Be open to receive this communication in any form, in any way. Ask and receive. Now, remember the feeling you have right now, and know that when you desire to communicate again with your animal friend, simply breathe in deeply and say in your mind, say to yourself, "Open my heart doors." Then be open for any impressions, sensations, images, or feelings you may receive. Remember, whenever you wish to communicate with your animal, all you need to do is simply breathe in deeply and say in your mind, say to yourself, "Open my heart doors." The more you practice this with your animal friend, the easier and clearer the communication will become, and the more you will understand the communications of your animal friend. Now slowly begin to draw in your energy from this shared state of awareness. Feel your animal friend doing the same. As you do this, express gratitude to your animal friend for sharing this experience with you. Now, bring your attention back to full wakefulness. When you are ready, open your eyes, breathe deeply, stretch your arms and legs, and welcome back.